Hello everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to show you our money collection that we gathered during several trips around the world. The first banknote in our collection is a 1001 banknote from our trip to South Korea. The note retains a light blue and green color, and in the front it shows Yi Hwang. It also shows what seems to be a temple or a old-style Korean house and some beautiful flowers. On the back of the bill we have a beautiful landscape. The next two banknotes of our collection come from North Korea. The first banknote is a 5-won banknote, and in the front it depicts two partisans, while on the back we can see a hydroelectric power plant. The next banknote of our collection still comes from North Korea once again, and it's a 201 banknote. On the back it presents some beautiful flowers, and these flowers are very similar to the flowers that are found on the 1000 South Korea won banknote. These flowers right over here. Also, the 201 banknote from North Korea presents the same shades of blue and green as the 1001 banknote from South Korea. Next, we have a 10 South African Rand banknote that we got during our trip in South Africa. This banknote is very green, and we can see drawings of many animals, such as antelopes that we can see here, here, and here, and also on the back of the banknote, and rhinos that can be found on the back, right over here. There's two rhinos and several other antelopes. In the front of the banknote, there's a portrait of Nelson Mandela. This is a very significant banknote in our collection because it reminds us of one of the best trips of our lives. That was a trip in Africa. In our collection, we also have a 10,000 Japanese yen note. This is a really interesting note as it is very simple and plain. Personally, it reminds me of the 10 US dollar notes, especially the colors. The colors are extremely similar in between the two banknotes. In the front, it shows Fukuzawa Yukichiki, the founder of the Keio University, and on the reverse there is a drawing of the who, right over here. Next in our list we have 50 rupees from the Bank of Mauritius. The front of the note shows Mr. Joseph Maurice Parturau, and the back we are not very sure. But what we know is that this might be maybe a house or a hotel. Something very interesting about this note is that right over here there's nothing on both sides, but once you shine a light underneath it, a dodo will appear. Dodos were animals that lived in the Mauritius, in the island of Mauritius, and now they are extinct. There were like really big birds that couldn't fly, and this is just a really interesting fact. This next note is a withdrawn Hong Kong $20 bill. The back of the note, which is this one, shows the Peak, a shopping complex, while the front of the note shows one of Hong Kong's magnificent towers. Just like the Mauritius banknote, this note has a hidden secret. If you shine a light right over here, a flower will appear, which isn't present on either side of the banknote. This flower is very similar to the flowers that we found on the South Korean and North Korean currencies. This is a 5 Australian dollar banknote. The banknote is made in polymer plastic, and on the bill we can see Queen Elizabeth II. There is also an eucalyptus plant, which, as we all know, is a typical plant found in Australia. Something we really like about this note is that it has a part which is actually transparent right over here, And this is something that we found very interesting. As you can see through it. This bill is a 100 Austrian shilling banknote. They were issued in 1984, but are now withdrawn. The front of the note shows an Austrian economist, and on the back we have an Austrian academy. This next banknote is a 100 Baiza from Oman. This banknote reads 100 Baiza. In fact, the Baiza is a subunit of the Omani Rial. 1 Rial equals 1000 Baiza. This may confuse people. Interesting aspects of the note are the animals on the reverse side of the note. We can see an eagle, an antelope, several other birds, and another animal. Also in the front we have the desert with palm trees and a water canal. In our collection we also have a Singaporean dollar. This bill that we have is a $10 banknote. Present in the note is the Singaporean emblem on both sides, which is this one. And as you can see it on both sides. On the front side there is Yusuf bin Yassahak, which is him. And on the reverse it shows Singapore's sports, which might also resemble their active lifestyle. Also, something really interesting is that just like the Australian banknotes, it feels plasticky, as you might hear, and it has some transparent parts on both sides. The next note in our collection is a 10 Deset Kuna Croatian currency. On the front of the note there is a depiction of Juraj Dobrila, while on the back there is a drawing of the Pula Arena, which seems like the Colosseum, but it isn't. However, this arena was built by the Romans. Here we have a 2000 Indian rupee banknote. It is a purplish color, and on one side it shows Gandhi. Another interesting fact of the rupee are the micrometers RBI in the glasses of Gandhi, which are found right there, but we will zoom in to show them to you. Also, on the other side, we have what seems like a satellite. Next, we have a 10 dirham note from the United Arab Emirates. Next, we have a 10 dirham note from the United Arab Emirates Central Bank. The note is very green, and as you might see here, there is what seems to be a typical knife. Also, on the other side, we can see what appears to be an eagle, palm trees, and several trees. This eagle is quite similar, also if it's not really the same, as the eagle or bird, which is present on the 100 Baiza from Oman. Something interesting that we discovered with our collection is that places and countries that come from the same places tend to have similar aspects in their currency. For example, in the currencies that come from Oman and the Emirates are both green, represent several animals, palm trees, and other trees. Well, as we already said before, also the 1000 South Korean won and the 200 North Korean won are very similar. They both present flowers, are both greenish and bluish in color, and have the same feeling to them. Only that this one is quite newer than this one. Next we're going to show you 2 reals from Brazil. The note is very blue, and on the back it depicts some sea turtles to demonstrate the wonderful nature of Brazil. And they are right over here. There's also a sea star, and on this side we have what appears to be a Greek statue, but we are not sure about that. The next banknote is from England. It is a brown and orange note. Directly we can see the Queen on one side, while on the other there is a depiction of Jane Austen right over here. Interesting details about this note is the tactile feature that has unique numbering on the top left hand corner for the blind sighted people, and you can find them right over here. So if you ever go to England and get one of these notes, try to touch up here and you will feel what the blind people use to understand how much this banknote is worth. Also, just like the Australian and Singapore bill, it has a transparent part, which is really cool. The currency of China is also known as renminbi. However, this is a 100 yuan note. On the front there is a portrait of Mao Zedong, while the building on the other side is the Great Hall. Last but not least, we decided to include a 20 Swiss franc in our collection because of its strange color scheme and shapes, as well as structure. The front shows the image of Charles Eduardo Jeunet Gris, a Swiss architect. And the bill is really colorful and it's really confusing. At the beginning, we didn't even think that this was real currency. So, as always, thank you for watching. And sorry if we made some errors or mispronounced some words, but we tried our best and we hope to expand our currency collection every time we go to a new place. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe and comment. See you on our next video.